Hi, my name's Bella and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about life after lockdown, how we look after our mental health and some of your worries. I asked my Instagram, which is down in the description, what some of your worries were. So today I'm going to be talking about them, as well as how we can look after ourselves, our mental health and our friends and family now that we're coming out of lockdown. So the number one worry on my Instagram was catching the virus. This is completely understandable and it's a worry for everyone. Some of the simplest things to do if you are worried about catching the virus is to follow the regulations. Make sure you wear a mask where you have to, social distance, use hand sanitizer and only use public transport if necessary. Also make sure that you're keeping yourself informed. There are new regulations almost weekly and lockdown is being eased more and more, so make sure you're keeping on top of the news. Lots of you are worried about having to follow new rules. Now, this can be daunting in any situation. All you have to do is remember that these rules are there to keep you and everybody else safe. It's going to take time to get used to new rules, and that's why it's so important that we're there for each other. If you can, remind your friends about the regulations, but try not to overthink. Again, these rules are only here to keep us safe. It's super important to keep on top of the news, so you make sure you know what the rules are, purely to keep yourself and your friends safe. Lots of us rely on public transport to see your friends, get to school or get to college. The regulations and limited access to transport can make this much harder. I rely on a bus to get me to college. This is really hard now because the buses to college have stopped running. I can only get in for my subjects if my parents can drop me, but this is limited because both of my parents work. I know a lot of us are in the same boat about this, so there's no need to worry. I'm sure if you ask your friends, they're going through similar situations. Again, that's why it's vital that we're talking to each other through these times. If you do have to get on a train or bus to get to school or work or to see friends, again, make sure you're following the regulations. Wear your mask if you're asked to, bring hand sanitizer to places and keep your distance. If you can walk or cycle, please try to. If you can walk or cycle, maybe choose that option instead to keep yourself safe and to keep the rest of the population safe. Just make sure you're trying to follow what the government is suggesting for public transport. I know lots of schools and colleges are going back now and lots of people are going back to work as well. I know most workplaces, schools and colleges are going back now. This can be daunting regularly. This can be daunting on a normal day. But now there's new rules in school, it's even more of a worry for some. My advice if you're worried about going back to school is make sure you're organised and you're up to date on schoolwork. I have folders like this that organise my work. They're colour coordinated and organised inside. This helps me to feel more on top of my college work, and so I'm less worried about going back in. If you are having trouble coping with lockdown, don't be afraid to take a break. For me, I've tried to learn a bunch of new skills over lockdown, like painting, drawing, knitting even. Just make sure you have time for yourself to unwind. I've also found that exercising really helps me when I'm stressed. Speaking of fitness, if you need any fitness gear, check out WRun, I'll link their website down below, and use code BellaTaylor for 30% off store-wide. If you have any more worries that I haven't mentioned in this video, make sure you comment down below. I assure you that somebody else will have that worry. If you are feeling overwhelmed about coming out of lockdown, or you've struggled during lockdown, check out the websites in my description for free advice and support. Thank you so much for watching, I hope I helped, and please subscribe.